devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand. Call 911.
What's up, Ford F100 world? What's up, Classic Car world? CraigerCoClassic here. I'm out in St. Louis, Missouri, as you probably guessed.
The east side of the river, looking over into St. Louis.
Yeah, basically we're in kind of like what used to be industrial and kind of still is. We're in an industrial park out here. There's a beautiful American flag blowing in the wind behind you. Now, you got something coming out here. Guys, this is Pete, Speedy Pete on Instagram. Drop your Instagram.
Speedy Pete 36 on Instagram.
If you like this truck, and I'm pretty sure you do, that's where you find it. And you got something coming out? Is it?
I was just gonna say, first followership is starting to grow, so I'm fairly new to the social media side of things, so it's kind of cool. Thank you for everybody who's following me.
You got a lot of followers.
Yeah, I think I got over 100 people following me now.
Now, you got stickers coming out?
I do. I have. I kind of got the idea. I'll borrow it from Noah, but I'm gonna, tweak it a little bit. They got Classic Car Studios got some decals of the truck, so I'm actually gonna put the name of the truck, which is, I've dubbed it the Rhino. I took that from a creed or a promise that I learned back in 1986. When I first entered the Marine Corps.
I was going to say,
they have the Rhino Creed, so that's how I dubbed this truck the Rhino. It's just big, tough, square.
That's cool.
Yeah, won't stop.
How does it feel being a veteran? And you're about to retire, right?
I have a planned retirement in 2020 after 21 years of service. It's, when I first went in and everybody, the thank yous weren't as prevalent, I guess.
Right.
Early on in the 80s, and it kind of came into the 90s after, Gulf War and II, and now Afghanistan and Iraq. It's an honor. It's a blessing that's been, put upon me by, I'll say, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Sacrifice and service, and it's something I really enjoy doing. I've loved doing it for the past 21 years, and I couldn't be more proud to be a patriot. I was driving back from Washington State for my niece's college graduation. I stopped in Montana, and the waitress actually, quote, thanked me for protecting her Second Amendment rights.
There you go, man.
That's a new one there. So, all right, cool.
That's really cool. Are you allowed to tell me what rank you're retiring at?
So I'll be retiring as an E6. I'm in the Illinois Air National Guard over at Scott Air Force Base. I'm a crew chief on the KC-135, the tankers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we fuel station in the air, right?
That's cool.
It was a change of service, but pretty much my entire career I've always been working with fuel. Whether it be the Marine Corps side or the Air Force side, I've always been working with fuel.
Just out of my own curiosity, what'd you do with fuel in regards to the Marine Corps?
So I was actually a fuel supply specialist. So we actually set up mobile, as you call them, mobile fuel stations. We actually go out and deliver fuel to trucks, Amtraks, tanks, anything that needed fuel. We're it.
All of the things that woman thanked you for protecting her amendment needs fuel. So you actually were a very substantial and crucial part of that. That's pretty cool. Now, how many services or tours rather did you do? Any, like you mentioned a few, like the.
So I've been overseas all with the Air Force, with the Air National Guard. I've visited 5 countries, and I've never fought any combat. I was always on an air station.
That's kind of a good thing,
There's badasses out there that that go after it, and it just wasn't in my cards.
Like I said, just because you're not out there fighting doesn't necessarily mean that the job was important. people need fuel. Military needs fuel. I think that's cool, man.
Well, we do have a saying that without fuel, everybody's a pedestrian. So
there you go, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So part of your retirement, I'm guessing, or soon to be retirement, because you mentioned last time we talked, you were like semi-retired and also the fire.
Well, yeah. So I'm fully retired from the fire department after 24 years, nearly 24 years. It was like 23 and some change.
That's cool, man. And part of that is what you did, like why you had this built, I guess.
Yeah, I've always, my very first car that I owned was an 83 Mustang GT, 5-liter.
Box body.
Unfortunately, I had to sell it. I had to part ways, but it was always in the back of my mind that I wanted to build something. This got like kind of crazy, you know. Kept going and going and going.
No.
And so there was a point where I'm like, okay, you need to put this thing on the road.
That's cool.
But yeah, I've always wanted to get back into an old truck, and found this over, actually not too far from here, over in Befalto. It was an old farm truck that the dude bought off of grandma down in Arkansas.
And you kind of made this your retirement present to yourself, and I mean, you probably weren't planning that, but that's really what ended up.
Kind of, you know, I wanted to have something to do after retirement, and so I've been to.
You chose right.
A few car shows.
You chose right.
I'll tell you what, the Hot Rod Society has been very warm and welcoming, and just lots of congratulations and good jobs on building the truck.
Yeah, when you're pulling the thing up, some guy in a 4-door sedan was like, "Nice truck." That's like, that's kind of like reward for, you know, like all the time and thought and money that you put into this. When people were like,
now granted, I didn't build this.
No, you know, but I mean,
it was all the ideas were up here in the head. And you know, Charles and Noah at Classic Car Studio, you know, they
did a great job.
They did a bang up job.
They really did. Super nice guys.
Yeah.
When I rolled in there like a year ago, they were super nice. It was really cool.
Very cool, laid back.
They really were.
Walk into the shop anytime, they'll give you a tour.
Yeah, and I could tell they were busy too. But they're like, "Yeah, I'll give you a tour." That's cool. Now we talked last time. We got a few things wrong. Like I think we said this was a T5 transmission. It's a T56 or TKO.
Yeah, it's a Tremec T56 TKO 5-speed.
That's awesome. And what's the engine again?
The engine is a John Kazi Boss 9. It's been bored out to a 520 cubic inch.
Awesome.
Pushing, I'll just say, I don't know the numbers exactly, but I know it's over 700 horse.
Woo.
And it'll scream.
That's really cool. And it's what'd you say, the Holley Spitfire, or what?
I'm not too sure on the ignition system, but I know it's definitely powered by Holley.
It looks so cool. I'm gonna snap a photo of that for sure. I love this stamp roll stuff that you did. It really makes it pop compared to like any other truck that's slammed and lowered. Now you said this is bead rolled, or?
Yeah, just bead rolled aluminum.
That's cool.
I actually had no idea what to do with the bed.
Yeah.
And they kind of modeled it after their shop truck Tiffany.
Yeah.
So there's a few of the same characteristics. But I'm like, do whatever.
You got a great truck, man, and I was following you here.
Came out. I was, I'm not sure how it was going to turn out, but it's, like I said, a bang up job.
That's really cool. Yeah, I was following you here, and that thing sounds good. But I like how it's loud, but not too loud. Like when you gun it, you go, like people look, it's attention. But it sounded good on the way here. Now, I mean, it doesn't resonate in the cab or anything?
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's the MagnaFlow exhaust.
Yeah.
So custom stainless headers, again done by the shop, and it just sounds really nice when you're getting on the on-ramp and you kind of put it down a little bit. It just
brings joy to your
hairs on the back of my neck.
Starts tingling. That's really cool, man. You got a beautiful truck here. Is there anything? You've gone to some shows, but what are your plans for next year? Is there some shows people can see here? You see your truck here in St.
I'm
Louis?
definitely going to keep it local right now. The very first show was Relaxing in the Park down at Arnold, so I definitely plan on doing
Almost
that again.
went to that one, yeah.
A couple other local car shows here and there, and getting a few awards. So I mean, it's
a few, huh?
It's just about going out and just hanging out with folks, that have cars, bikes, trucks, whatever.
That's really cool, man. That's really cool. So if we set up a Ford F100 World Truck Show in Springfield area, would you come down to it? You think you would try to come down?
Absolutely, man.
Heck yeah! So if I
got friends down in Springfield, so I'll let them know.
That'd be cool. I'd try to set you up with something somewhere, like a hotel or whatever. That'd be really cool, man, because people would definitely want to come to a show to see your truck, you know, that's outside of St. Louis as well.
So I got a quick story for you about seeing the truck.
Love it.
I was down at the NCO Academy, Air Force NCO Academy, down at McGee Tyson down in Nashville, Tennessee. And after our morning workout, a couple guys came up to me and goes, "Hey man, you from Scott Air Force Base?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I'll bite."
Yeah.
And like, "You did that show?" I'm like, "Yes, I did."
You're famous.
Or infamous, however you want to put it.
That's really awesome, and that's cool. It's fun to get noticed, you know, sometimes, especially with your truck, being part of it. Is it weird having people recognize you a little bit here and there?
It's a little different. I'm more of a quiet, laid-back kind of stay in the shadows kind of guy.
Yeah.
But, you know, when they, you know, give you a little honk on the horn when you're driving down the highway, or somebody like
really cool.
this gentleman over here said, you know, cool
Yeah,
truck, man,
exactly,
cool
yeah.
truck. It kind of puffs your chest up a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's cool.
A little bit of pride.
It's really cool, man. I really appreciate you coming out here, meeting with us. We had to go down a bunch of highways, and he was a trooper, and we chose this section here, got in trouble with the security. That was fun.
Hey, you know,
he was a nice guy.
No handcuffs.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
But hey, any time on a beautiful day.
Yeah.
I even drove this to the Classic Car Studios open house.
Yeah, tell us about that.
It was pouring rain. And everybody's like, "You drove it in the rain?" I'm like,
Yeah,
"It's got windshield wipers."
There you go, yeah. That's actually one thing I really like about your truck, is that it's like ready to perform, but it's not so performance set up where you are uncomfortable to do daily driving. To drive down here, to drive
very,
your show.
very comfortable ride. Little, you know, it's a little stiff on the suspension, but
Yeah.
you know, it'll handle in corners, and you know.
Is it static drop, or is it is it bagged?
Yeah, coilover.
Okay, cool. That's a really smooth ride. When I was like watching you drive, I would, you know, like you said, it was a little bumpy here and there, but I see static drops, assuming that's what this is, and it's like, ride's rough. You know, yours is really smooth, man. They did a really good job with that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Full frame swap, I believe, yeah.
It's on a Rosersop chassis.
That's right. That's really cool, man. I'm really jealous of your truck, I'll be honest with you. I love it so much. But again, appreciate you coming out here. Thanks for coming up with this idea here.
In
Yeah,
November, right
Arch
before
behind us.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
right?
I'm wearing a freaking t-shirt out here. This is cool. Oh, another thing too. I know you already saw it and everything, but there's a cap for you if you want to wear it. And I asked him what color he wanted. He said green. I gave him some options here. So,
Green's a good color.
It is. I actually like,
like
the neon green for sure.
Sticks out.
Would you wear that at a show every now and again?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. man.
I'm very appreciative of the gifts.
I really appreciate it. People love your truck on our groups, and
yeah, every once in a while when I pop on Instagram and see what's going on, I get a couple more followers and a couple more thumbs up. So
that's cool.
It's pretty cool.
Drop your Instagram again, man.
Speedy Pete 36.
Guys,
Instagram.
Head there, follow him, look at all of his photos. He's got a lot coming, I'm assuming, next year.
Yeah.
A lot of photos of him going to shows and winning awards, I am sure. So, hey, man, I appreciate it again.
Craig.
And thank you for your service, man.
Absolutely.
See you guys.
See ya.
Come